Lily was a girl with eyes as bright as buttons. Max was her dog, always by her side. One sunny day they were playing in the park. "Look, Max!" Lily cried, pointing to a gap in the hedge. "An adventure!" Max wagged his tail, eager to explore. Lily pushed through the leaves. The world on the other side was different. The air hummed with a strange energy. Trees stretched high above, their branches heavy with emerald leaves. The forest seemed to stretch endlessly, a sea of green that swayed gently with the breeze. Each tree stood like a sentinel, guarding the secrets of the woods. The canopy above was thick, allowing only slivers of sunlight to pierce through, creating a mosaic of light and shadow on the forest floor. Sunbeams danced on the mossy floor, creating a magical carpet of light. The interplay of light and shadow gave the forest an ethereal quality, as if it were a place out of a fairy tale. The sunbeams seemed to have a life of their own, moving gracefully with the shifting leaves above. It was a sight that filled the heart with peace and wonder. The air smelled of pine needles and damp earth, a scent that was both invigorating and calming. It was the kind of smell that made you feel alive, connected to the very essence of nature. The forest floor was a tapestry of fallen leaves, twigs, and the occasional mushroom, each element adding to the rich, earthy aroma that filled the air. "We're in the Whispering Woods, Max," Lily whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. The children had heard tales of this mystical place, where the trees seemed to talk and the air was filled with secrets. They had ventured deep into the forest, their hearts pounding with excitement and a hint of fear. Every rustle of leaves, every distant bird call, seemed to be a part of the forest's ancient song. A tiny robin with a scarlet chest hopped onto a branch, its feathers gleaming in the dappled sunlight. The bird seemed almost magical, a living jewel in the midst of the green. It chirped a soft, melodious tune, adding to the symphony of the forest. The robin's presence felt like a good omen, a sign that the forest welcomed them. It tilted its head, looking at Lily with bright, curious eyes. The bird's gaze was intense, as if it were trying to communicate something. Lily felt a strange connection with the robin, as if it were a guardian of the forest watching over them. Max and Lily stood still, mesmerized by the bird's inquisitive nature and the sense of calm it brought. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves, sounding like whispers. The wind carried with it the stories of the forest, tales of ancient times and forgotten legends. The leaves seemed to dance to the tune of the wind, their rustling creating a soothing, almost hypnotic sound. It was as if the forest itself was speaking to them, sharing its wisdom and secrets. Suddenly, a high-pitched sob broke the silence. Lily and Max followed the sound. They found a little bunny, its nose twitching, tears welling up in its big brown eyes. "What's wrong?" Lily asked softly. The bunny sniffed. I can't find my mama. We were playing hide and seek, and now I'm lost." The bunny's ears drooped. Lily knew she had to help. "Don't worry," Lily said, her voice calm and reassuring. "We'll help you find your mama." Max wagged his tail encouragingly. "But first," Lily asked, "what does your mama look like?" The little bunny, wiping its tears with a paw, said, "She's got white fur like mine, but with a brown spot on her ear, and she sings the prettiest lullaby." Just then, a bushy tail flicked from a nearby branch. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the forest, and the leaves rustled gently in the evening breeze. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and the occasional rustle of small creatures scurrying about. But amidst all this, one particular flick of a tail caught everyone's attention. It was Sammy the Squirrel, his cheeks stuffed with acorns. Sammy was known far and wide in the forest for his bravery and quick thinking. He had a knack for finding the best acorns and always had a stash ready for the winter. Today, however, his focus was not on acorns, but on something far more important. "Lost your mama, little one?" he chattered, his voice full of concern. Sammy's eyes softened as he looked at the tiny bunny before him. The bunny's eyes were wide with worry, and its little nose twitched nervously. Sammy knew that the forest could be a big and scary place, especially for someone so small and vulnerable. The bunny nodded, its ears drooping again. The poor little creature looked so forlorn, and Sammy's heart went out to it. He remembered the times when he had felt lost and scared, and how a kind word or a helping hand had made all the difference. He was determined to be that helping hand for the bunny. "Don't you worry," Sammy chirped. "We'll find her." His voice was filled with confidence and warmth. Sammy had a way of making others feel safe and reassured, and the bunny's ears perked up slightly at his words. The forest was vast, but Sammy knew every nook and cranny, every hidden path and secret hideaway. "I know these woods like the back of my paw," Sammy declared with a twinkle in his eye. He pointed towards a dense thicket where he had often seen families of bunnies playing. The forest was a maze of trees and underbrush, but Sammy's keen sense of direction and sharp eyes made him the perfect guide. He scampered down the tree trunk, landing gracefully on the forest floor. With a flick of his tail, he beckoned the bunny to follow. The forest floor was covered in a soft carpet of leaves, and the air was filled with the earthy scent of moss and pine. Sammy moved with agility and purpose, his eyes scanning the surroundings for any sign of the bunny's mother. The bunny followed closely, its tiny paws making barely a sound on the forest floor. Together, they ventured deeper into the woods, their hearts filled with hope and determination. Sammy twitched his nose. "I smell dandelion fluff. Your mama loves those, right?" The bunny nodded excitedly. Sammy scurried through the undergrowth, Lily and Max following close behind. They came to a clearing bathed in sunshine. In the middle, a patch of dandelions glistened like gold, and there, nibbling on a dandelion leaf, was a bunny with a brown spot on her ear. "Mama!" the little bunny cried, rushing towards her. The mother bunny looked up, her eyes widening in alarm, then relief. She scooped the little bunny into her arms, showering it with kisses. Lily and Max watched, their hearts filled with warmth. The mother bunny hopped over, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered. "You helped us find each other." As Lily, Max, and Sammy walked back, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Sammy the Squirrel said, "You know, the forest always looks after its own. We help each other." Lily nodded, her heart full. She had learned a valuable lesson that day. Even in a magical forest, the greatest magic of all was kindness and friendship. Lily and Max reached the gap in the hedge. They turned back to wave goodbye to Sammy. "Thank you for everything," Lily called out. Sammy winked. "Anytime, little friends. The Whispering Woods always welcomes kind hearts." Lily and Max stepped back into their own world, the adventure leaving a warm glow in their hearts. They knew they would never forget their day in the Whispering Woods. As they walked back home, hand in paw, the golden hues of the setting sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle rustling of leaves created a soothing melody. Lily and Max, her loyal dog, felt a sense of peace and contentment as they strolled along the familiar path. Lily realized that magic wasn't just found in whispering trees and talking animals. It was also found in the simple, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. The way the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting playful shadows on the ground, or the way the birds sang their cheerful songs, filling the air with music. These were the little things that made life magical. And then there were the acts of kindness, the small gestures that made a big difference, like when she helped her friend Sam carry his books, or when she shared her lunch with a classmate who had forgotten theirs. These moments of compassion and generosity were just as magical as any fairy tale. The special bond between friends, both big and small, was another source of magic. The way they supported each other, laughed together, and shared their dreams and fears. These connections were the threads that wove the fabric of their lives, creating a tapestry of love and friendship. She squeezed Max's paw, feeling grateful for his unwavering companionship. "It was an amazing adventure, wasn't it, Max?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder and excitement. They had explored new places, discovered hidden treasures, and made memories that would last a lifetime. Each step they took was a reminder of the magic that surrounded them. Max barked happily, wagging his tail in agreement. His eyes sparkled with joy, and his tail wagged with enthusiasm. He had enjoyed every moment of their adventure, and he knew that there were many more to come. Together they were unstoppable. They continued their walk, their hearts brimming with the magic of the day. The world around them seemed to glow with a special light, and they felt a deep sense of connection to everything and everyone. As they walked, they talked about their dreams and plans for the future, knowing that with a little bit of magic, anything was possible. The journey ahead was filled with endless possibilities, and they were ready to embrace it with open hearts and minds. From that day forward, Lily and Max continued to look for adventure, finding it in the everyday wonders of their world, and they always remembered the lesson they learned in the Whispering Woods. Kindness and friendship were the greatest magic of all. The end.